Today on More Than Metal, we're turning this into this, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We got a little bit of a different one today. I was walking through our car show about a month and a half ago, and I noticed an old truck sitting there. And it's pretty small community, so most of the weird stuff I got a bead on. But what really surprised me is when I saw the name on the truck. It's actually a buddy of mine. And I had no idea he had this truck. So when I talked to him, turned out he's had it for a couple of years. And he's actually thinking about selling it because he just doesn't know what to do with it. Terrible idea. Everybody needs a project to be making bad financial decisions on. So I told him, let me have 30 minutes with the truck. We're going to try and clean this thing up a little bit and see if we can't motivate him to hold on to it for a little while, or at least give us first crack at making a deal on it. So let me flip you around. I'll show you the truck we're working on today. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is a 1948 Mercury M68. This was their 1-ton model back in the day. And back then, the 1-ton wasn't just a grocery getter that you pulled your boat to the lake on the weekend. This thing has done more decades of work than most of us can even think about. So I think it's more than deserving of having a little bit of a cleanup today. So under the hood here, check out this hood latch. Check out this hood latch. How cool is that? The old flathead Ford, well, Mercury, but flathead Ford, which, I mean, the flathead was the original hot rod motor. I mean, guys are taking those, putting them in deuce scoops, T-buckets, and I don't think you can have any more pure hot rodding than a flathead in a T-bucket. But we're gonna get to work on this and see what we can do with it. So first thing we're gonna do on this old girl is get her cleaned up a little bit. We got a lot of crusties on there. They're gonna stick out pretty bad when we try and get our shine on. So I'm gonna knock it down with some soap and a scouring pad and try and get it ready for the next step. So it's time for me and this thing to get a little into it. Okay, that got weird quick. DJ, time for a new song. All right, well, this thing is drip drying a little bit. I think this is a perfect time to tell you to like and subscribe. I know a few of you guys have been kind of hanging around a little bit, watching a few of the videos. And if this is your first time, you might as well hit the button. I mean, it costs you nothing. It helps me out a lot, and I very much appreciate it. So let me show you what we're putting on this thing. So we're not doing anything that's reinventing the wheel here. Guys have been doing this on Patina trucks for years. All we're using is boiled linseed oil. It's important to make sure it's boiled linseed oil, not just regular linseed oil or raw linseed oil. The raw stuff gets really sticky, so you won't be happy with that. Make sure it's boiled. And then we just cut it down with a little bit of mineral spirits. And that just kind of thins it out, makes it spread a little nicer. So the mixture is very scientific. I'm going to put about that many globs of linseed oil and a couple less globs of the mineral spirits. That's it. Mix her up. And we just start wiping her on with a rag. One thing I will mention with this stuff though, your rags are going to be extremely flammable. So don't just go out throwing them in the garbage. Make sure you're disposing of them properly. I usually like to rinse them out good with water first and let them dry in a shady spot. But yeah, PSA, don't just throw them in the garbage. This is not a good jar for this. What do you think, dude? All right, all finished up here, and I am pretty stoked with the way it looks. But it doesn't matter what I think it looks like. Everybody, meet my buddy Smiles. This is the owner of the truck. What do you think, bud?
I love it, man. There's no way I can sell this truck now. Not a chance.
Well, if you do, I get an employee discount.
Well, absolutely.
All right. Well, I think that's it for this video. Thanks for tagging along. Stick around. Check out some of the other stuff we got. We got lots of good stuff. And like I said before, like, subscribe, and until next time.